The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As here we have Charles Hoskinson, head and CEO of Cardano, stating that he speculates a Ripple XRP case settlement could happen December 15th. It's very interesting because the insiders and the big boys in crypto have a tendency of knowing things before they actually happen. But that's besides the point. The 2-year anniversary of this Ripple XRP case is coming up, and I believe both sides are extremely conscious of that time frame. I also think the judge is as well. Final briefs have been given. And despite how great this is going to be for XRP investors, Charles Hoskinson gives an ominous take. Please take a listen, and let's get right into it.
I've heard rumors that the Ripple case will be settled December 15th, and we'll just see. And that could have catastrophic implications for the industry, one way or the other. But, you just keep moving forward. Regardless of what happens, it's a decentralized ecosystem that you guys control. And the United States of America doesn't get to say that Cardano lives or dies. You do. The world. Okay, that's the point of decentralized ecosystems. And we're going to work as hard as we can on our side to make that protocol better, but we're just a voice in a chorus. There's 15 other development companies. There's an MBO on the way.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's unpack what Charles Hoskinson stated. Charles stated this settlement could have catastrophic consequences one way or the other. And let's make something very clear. Regardless of what anybody thinks in the crypto space, XRP and Ripple have suffered throughout the past 2 years because of this lawsuit. We've been mocked. We've been laughed at. We've been dismissed. We've been called conspiracy theorists. We missed the most recent altcoin season and bull run. But now, Ripple settling will have catastrophic consequences. Is that right? Personally speaking, I don't really give a damn if XRP thrives and crypto suffers because Ripple didn't take it the distance and bring full-blown clarity for the rest of the crypto market. I will not care. Personally, I prefer if Ripple and XRP get full-blown clarity and continue to operate successfully as a full-blown business and a fully compliant and clarity-given digital asset. I hope that while XRP gets clarity and begins utility, that the price goes up for XRP while the rest of crypto is tanking, because then I could take some profits and buy some cheap cryptos. That would be the perfect scenario for XRP investors, and I can't stress that enough. That being said though, let's unpack things a little further. These people, the Charles of the world, the David Schwartz of the world, have inside knowledge and have very good connections that allow me to think that the possibility of this December 15th settlement being stated so confidently by Charles Hoskinson could have some weight behind it. And I need all of you to understand that you just need to be prepared. It's better to be a year too early than 1 second too late. And I think a lot of XRP skeptics are about to be in for a rude awakening. On top of that, Jeremy Hogan has produced his Ripple lawsuit predictions. And when you take a listen, you'll figure out that it's excellent for the outcome of us as investors, and I believe for the future price of XRP.
Legal Brief's official lawsuit prediction is a 50.12% chance of a Ripple win, a 29.88% chance the SEC wins with a possible Ripple loss but win in there, a 19.11% chance of a draw this round with a trial in 2023, and a 5 to 7% chance of something unexpected. In other words, there's a 110.6% chance of something happening shortly. And finally, when will we know the outcome of the case? My friend, attorney James Filan, says it will happen on or before March 31, 2023. And if that's what he says, that is what it is. It's like a proclamation from a legal god.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's so important. Out of all those predictions made by Jeremy Hogan, the only one that I would absolutely hate, and I think we're all in agreement, is the one where this case continues to drag out further. There's a big possibility Ripple wins based on all the evidence. But as Hogan stated, there's also a possibility we could lose. But within Ripple losing, there's a way we could lose where XRP gets clarity and ends up being okay. You see, I don't care if Ripple loses with certain things. All I want is for XRP to be allowed to be free. Let it get relisted on exchanges. Let it have some regulatory clarity. I don't care if the rest of crypto gets affected negatively based on a settlement by Ripple. I do not care what happens with Ripple paying a fine. The only thing XRP community members should give a damn about is full-blown clarity for our digital asset. You see, let's say the worst case scenario happens, Ripple loses, and then we don't have clarity in the US. Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse have stated they will leave the United States entirely, and that's okay with me, as XRP has full-blown clarity in every other country on the planet. The UK is ready, Singapore is ready, Dubai is ready, Japan is ready, Africa's ready. If the US wants to lose in the fourth industrial revolution, let them. We can move, because we will be the new 1%, and we will have so many more options. Something else I do want to say, guys, is that oddly enough, as this Ripple case is coming to an end, we're seeing more and more hate from more and more maxis. I've seen Max Kaiser spew hate, Jim Cramer spew hate, Leah Halpern claim that we're going to lose this lawsuit. Plenty of people want our demise, but typically, when I see these random acts of lashing out, I get extremely excited, as I know that it means they're insecure, because we're showing strength. Please take a listen to yet another maxi talking down on us right when positive indications are coming our way.
Which is part of the whole scam token world that we've been talking about for a number of years, whether it's Ethereum or Cardano or FTT or XRP. These are just scam tokens. And he used that and listed it on other scammy exchanges to create a price, and then using that as collateral to buy assets like real estate in the Bahamas. And now, as all Ponzi schemes eventually do, they run out of kind of runway and they crash and burn. So it is similar to Bernie Madoff in that respect. It's also similar to the 2008 financial crisis.
You see, somehow, some way, the XRP haters are out in full force. We don't think about the maxis. We don't care about the maxis. But right now, they can't seem to keep XRP out of their mouths. And politely, all of you can go fuck yourselves. Not a single favor has been given from the crypto community to the XRP army. And that's why we're so tight-knit. But not only are we so tight-knit for being hated by the entire crypto industry, we were also named the most intelligent crypto community by the Bank of International Settlements in their own study. And what I think is going to happen is going to be similar to what was mentioned by a former Swiss bank director. I think after the Great Reset happens, and after Ripple and XRP are given clarity and the ability to reign free, we will be hated because we learned how to hack the system. I cannot testify nor validate the remainder of the claims he makes in this specific quote I'm about to show you. But what I will say is, this is something I've been thinking about for a real long time. I expect the XRP army to be hated after we end up making life-changing wealth. And please listen to this clip to get an idea of what's possible down the road.
When the reset happens, for sure, there'll be people who are in the know ahead of the game, ahead of the time, and they try to game the system. Those people will be despised. Despised by the government, despised by the newspapers, despised by those who didn't game the system. There is almost certainly going to be some sort of evening out process, some new legislation to ensure that those who were the big winners because of the reset aren't as big winners, and to ensure that those who are just at the wrong end of it and unlucky are in some way made not completely whole, but in some way compensated. So,
and ladies and gentlemen, the people I believe he's talking about, the biggest winners from the reset of the global financial system, will be the XRP army. Things are left to be determined. Let's see what happens next. But I'm confident, like many of you are, that we're 100% correct. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.